Yeah, played rugby very seriously.
What
Played.
position were you?
I was a second row, second row, number 8.
Yeah, okay. And you played for Durham University?
So yeah, I played at school again. Good rugby school. Toddled off to New Zealand, did the whole gap year thing. Got some experience playing against enormous Maoris on the other side of the
Yeah,
world. Came
nice.
back to university and everyone was my size again, and found it easy. So played first 15 for the university, and it was good standard. And then went through university. I mean, to be honest, I came out with a 2-2 because I drank too much and played too much rugby. But I mean, it was fun, and I wouldn't change things necessarily.
Yeah.
And wound up continued the rugby through what sort of started out as my professional career, and worked my way up through the league system, club league system, up to a point where I was playing National League rugby and getting paid a bit of pocket money to do so. So semi-professional level, and it was brilliant. And the trouble was, it was, in hindsight, it was too brilliant, because that was my identity, and that's the sort of the crux of the foundation of the issues that arose post the injury we'll come on to. I was, as I say, second row, 6'5". I was about 17 stone at the time. So big, I hate the phrase now, but alpha male, macho, one of the lads. I wanted to be the fittest, the strongest. And I also wanted to prove that I could down more pints than you after the game every week as well. And it was very much a case of everything was geared towards that Saturday afternoon and evening. So my whole routine, my weekly routine, despite the fact that I was working a full-time job, my weekly routine consisted of being in the prime condition that I possibly could be at 3:00 on a Saturday afternoon. All the training, all the weights, eating, everything that went into the diet, the calories, the protein, etc., in the build up towards that Saturday afternoon game. And then the post-match, out with the lads, having a great time, being a drunken idiot, enjoying yourself, all part of that, again, a horrible bandied about phrase, but that banter, that rugby banter. But there's a camaraderie, huge camaraderie that comes as part of being a team of that nature. And rugby in particular, I think probably more than any sport, because of the sort of the bruising, brutal nature of the game, there's this concept that you go into battle with your teammates, you bump and bruise each other for 80 minutes, and then you all come off feeling closer. There's a bond formed, and you all go and celebrate, win or lose. It's the sort of done thing afterwards that everyone goes and have a few beers to continue that bonding experience
And ease the pain as well.
Ease the pain, yeah, definitely. Although the pain then is even worse on the Sunday morning than otherwise it might have been. But as a sort of 25-year-old, 28-year-old rugby player, that banter was always acceptable, even if it consisted of drinking to the point of passing out and making an idiot out of yourself. It was always a joke in training on the Tuesday evening, or Fred or George or whoever it was, James, was an idiot on Saturday. But wasn't it funny? Ha ha ha. We'll make a joke of it. But that was my identity. That all came crashing down to an abrupt halt on the 9th of February 2013. I remember it vividly. I was running across the pitch to make a cover tackle. One of the opponents was coming down the wing, and I don't know why, but a lumbering second row was the last line of defence, and I flew headfirst into this guy, as I had 1,000 times over 20 years of playing the game. But he changed direction right at the last second. So what should have been my shoulder, proper rugby tackling technique, what should have been my shoulder flying into him ended up being my top of my head. Flew head first into his midriff. Both of us were moving at full pelt. And the impact at the time, I had what we called a stinger. So this sort of like shooting pain down my arm. And I thought, fortunately, I sat up. And I thought, oh dear, that hurt. And he was down over there, and I was sort of lying on the ground over here. And the physios came running on to check out that we were okay after this ridiculous collision. And the physio sort of wobbled me and moved my arm around and checked my head, and I was okay. It's bizarre. The human body is an incredible piece of machinery, but bizarre at the same time. I came off the pitch, and 15 minutes later, after putting an ice pack on it on my shoulder, I wanted to come back on the field. We were playing, National League Rugby. We were trialing a rolling subs thing at the time, so I could sort of come on, come off again when I was if I thought I was recovered. Now, excuse me. Now, fortunately, the physio saw a little bit of sense, and I can vividly remember that we were winning the game. We were at home against the league leaders, but we were winning, so we were all very excited about this, but winning comfortably. So the physio said, "Look, you don't need to go back on. We've got the game wrapped up. Just take it easy." And thank God she did. But then for the next 48 hours, I was fine. And it was only on the Monday night, middle of the night on the Monday night, so effectively the Tuesday morning, that I was lying in bed, and I can only describe, I cannot describe the pain. My entire body was just aching, head to toe, absolute agony.
Thanks for watching that clip. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and check out the full episode. All links are in the description. Be nice, be happy, be cool.